Well, percenters, welcome back to 1424 basketball training, where the goal is to take 14 minutes, 24 seconds, or 1% of your day to get better. In today's teaching tape, Clippers Suns, game 3. So let's see what we can do to improve our minds today. Let's see what we can learn. Chris Paul looks like he's back. Oh, masked Booker, masked Mamba. Ooh, those things, he looks weird, but I guess they busted his nose. Zubats, Mann, Paul George, Beverly, Reggie Jackson. Where's Batum? Where's Morris? Wait, what did he just say? Let's see if Chris Paul coming back, screws up the chemistry that they built with campaign, or just right back into it. And let's see if this mask bugs Booker. Do we got playoff P? Do we got pandemic P? The O2 Clippers going to pull it off again. That's so tough. Just simple things like this big, right, hesitation, right, and then a big stride, left foot, boom, inverted between the legs, gets him jumping back, replace the feet. Sheesh. Playoff P, turn around, fade away. So they're looking for him here. I mean, just lobbing it in like this. Reggie Jackson just lobbing it in, screw the offense. Let me just throw it in there, right? Playoff P really wasn't even looking for it, but he noticed Crowder wasn't really paying attention, right? And then that's just aggressive, looking for your shot. Easy turnaround fadeaway for Paul George. Double screen book. So you've seen that run once with Chris Paul, and then with Devin Booker. DA, nobody's going to stop this guy, man. Reggie. So DA needs to play better defense here. I mean, this looks like DeMarcus Cousins or Zubac playing this. He needs to play a little bit higher. So Reggie Jackson gets what Chris Paul gets, and gets the same kind of result. Chris Paul's getting, again, right, same pick and roll. So if you guys are running pick and roll, if you guys are playing a lot of man-to-man, right, you get the double screen. Campaign doing the exact same thing, right? Zubac is just zoning off the area, so you just come off, right? Work that little floater. My guys spent probably 15 to 30 minutes on this, just working this little floater. So by the time they actually can recognize these things, they won't be afraid to shoot these. Gotta work that mid-range. Another floater coming. I pointed this out in the last video, right? This inside hand scoop, if you guys aren't selling it, these bigs are ready for it now. So that inside hand scoop off the inside leg here, or off the right leg, the inside hand, the inside hand, lower hand, inside hand, left hand. It's going to get smacked. So you got to be able to go with the outside hand hook finish. I love this. I love this out of DA, right? You're a little bit out of your range, right? You don't land right away. You're not shooting the floater, right? If you need a little space, one dribble, bang, bang into him, create contact, create separation, and then get to your jump hook. Boom. Get off me, little boy. Why don't more people do that? I don't know. It's because they are only taught to shoot threes. Terrance Mann. Nice little Euro dunk. Shoot it. Bridges. Come on, Rondo. Pandemic Rondo. Pandemic Rondo. Couldn't Pandemic Rondo. That's a tough catch and shoot. He didn't even catch it in rhythm. So in rhythm means finding your rhythm, right? He caught it high, right? No dip. Masked Booker, his first bucket, I think, because I haven't seen any other ones. Again, pandemic Rondo. Come on. All right, you're bringing the ball back. You're out of control. You didn't even get by your guy, and you're bringing in overhand. Like right here, right? This is when the arm is up like this, guys. This is when you should extend and scoop. Extend and scoop. But if you bring it back to the inside hand and you go overhand, his arms are already up. Like, how in the world does this make sense? So this would be the inside hand scoop or the hook finish with the left, but the hook finish with the left wouldn't work because I don't know who's over there on the side there. Rondo, give some of your salary to Reggie Jackson. Sarge played it actually pretty well. So it looks like he zones off, right? And the last second he waits on it. So he's anticipating this little mid-range. And then Reggie Jackson, for some reason, thinks that Sarge can block him. I mean, he should have shot it, but he sees Batum, right? Great job by Batum to find a little gap to help out Reggie Jackson there. Rondo's boo-boo. So bad pass to earlier, behind the back, right? So now he's going to the rim, right? Not thinking to score. Jumps in the air. Or the last time he drove and then he just chucked up some bullshit. And then here he's jumping in the air, trying to force a little pass to Batum. Chris Paul smarter than that. CP making a living off that mid-range. Paul George. I mean, after a while, I'm still wondering when the game will get to the point where these shots are no longer given up to players like this. He's been doing it for what, 15, 16 years. They just let him do it. And so one coach, I mean, maybe it's Ty Lue, maybe they, like I said, you got to start changing the principles on defense. So they came up with the Jordan rules, right, a while ago. And that kind of screwed everything up for Jordan. And so he had to switch it up. So, a really good defensive coach. I mean, you got all the time now. Watch 15 years of Chris Paul, right? He's influenced the whole league to pick and roll, snake, and get to the mid-range, right? And players, more than one player is doing it. So how do defensive principles change, or do we enact a different set of rules to stop this thing? I mean, if I was in the NBA, I'd be losing sleep over how to guard something like that and experimenting, because whatever the hell you're doing ain't working right now. So, but I'm an offensive coach. Offensive coaches always they study defense to figure out the gaps in the defense. Remember, it's like robbers, cops and robbers. I mean, the robbers are the offensive guys and the cops are defensive guys. I'm studying how to crack safes, weak spots, and security, et cetera, et cetera. Paul George is so tough. Gets through the lane, high pickup, slows down, jumps off the right foot, hangs, contorts his body. I mean, there should be a logo of Chris Paul right here. Build a house. Bridges. Here's a good example of no straight lines in real life. And I mean, when I teach shooting, I teach shooting in a straight line, but once you get past a certain point and once your brain starts wrapping your head around stuff, there's no straight line. So you can see it clearly. This ball path is not a straight line. Okay. It goes up like this in an arcing fashion. And if you really trace the ball, it'll be in an arc fashion. So just look at it here. So it starts here, right? And then it moves here and then it comes up. Okay, that's how you keep momentum. That's how you keep speed. That's how you keep fluidity. Like, have you ever seen anything travel in a straight line fluidly, like waves? That's fluid. Water is fluid. I've never heard of I don't know, a train traveling fluid, right? You want things moving on an arc. That's how you throw things. You bend them in an arc, in a spiral. You spiral a football. You want rotation on a ball, right? These are principles of waves and arcs. Deep book, where you at, man? 2 buckets? Dunk that. That's what you call a business decision. Chris Paul, right? He could have slid it. He could have took the charge. Skirt gets out the way. That's called a business decision. Remember when Chris Paul tried to jump with Kobe and Kobe smashed on him? Again, pick and roll, right? 2 little picks, settle in, throw the ball, run to it. What does this big man do? Zones off. Okay, boom. I mean, Bridges tries to pretend for this little fake here. He's like, yeah, let me pretend. But when you make up your mind to shoot it and you know that defense isn't real, you're confident in that mid range. Those little stunts, they don't really bother you at all. Terrance, man, taking his time, working his way to the baseline, using his body to shield, using the rim to protect him. The Zubac. Okay, if you guys have shitty grip, if you got baby hands, if you're a 7-footer and can't palm the ball like this, there's something wrong with you, or your hands are just too weak. There is a few exercises that I used to do. Number one, the easiest thing, get a ball, silhouette a basketball, and just squeeze the crap out of it. You want to, just keep squeezing and squeezing and squeezing to build up your grip strength. Number two, if you're in the weight room, get a weight plate. Okay. Pinch it. Pinch it with your fingers. Walk up and down. Do a farmer carry pinching the weight. Okay. Hold it with your hands, not with the little loop. If there's a loop, pinch the weight. Okay. That's another thing. Another thing you can do that I've done, right? If you're Asian, your mom will be pissed. Grab a bag of rice, put it into like a little 5-gallon bucket of ice cream or whatever it is, a paint bucket, one of those big old things. Throw some rice in there. Maybe even if you have beans, legumes, kidney beans, whatever, lentils, right? Big old bag, and then just start smashing your hand in there and just doing all kinds of crazy stuff. These are all crazy stuff I've done to make my hand stronger and my fingers stronger to develop more grip strength. Maybe if you're a piano player, you've done this, but you need that dexterity and strength in your fingers, man. So you shouldn't be losing stuff like this. Oh yeah, when I've trained some rock climbers, right, I've learned some crazy stuff from some rock climbers. They told me to like do pull-ups with just like 1 finger and 2 fingers. Oh my god, my forearms and my hands, I couldn't even type. I couldn't even hold stuff for weeks. But yeah, that's another thing you can do. There's also those little things that you squeeze for your forearm strength. You could get one of those too, and then they have like individual ones too that go up and down like that. But when you're obsessed about getting better at your sport or something, that's the lengths that you'll go, man. Finger strength, toe strength, yes. Toe spacers, rubber bands around your toes, yes. All of the above. You gotta be obsessed if you want to be great. Skirt. Oh, look at that lockdown. Psych. All right, so this is what I say. Offense will always win, especially if you're an offensive player, right? Offense controls defense. Crowder's playing great defense here, right? Stays in front. Paul George bobbles the ball, goes between the leg, cuts him off again. Look at the hinge by Paul George, right? Boom. Cuts him off again, right? Paul George is not the fastest guy, but he's very shifty, very elusive, great footwork. Crowder decides to body him up. Right, Paul George gets the little angle, forces the help, and then right, find the gap. Right, whenever you're at the nail, you're open. They're basically in a 2-3 zone. Right, these guys are spacing, and boom, you get it to Zubac. So I mean these guys are like falling asleep right here, right? He shouldn't be worried about Zubac. He should be worried about getting into the gap so this pass never happens. So principles kind of have to change. Like he's worried about Zubac, he should be worried about the gap, and that's how this will be harder. But all that great defense and one little tiny mistake or expose them for a little brief second. Paul George gets it done for Zubac. He's excited. I think he's flexing here. Clippers are gonna win this. Ooh, that's a travel, but they don't call this. Look, okay, he's on his right foot. Okay, reverse pivot. Now he's on his left foot. Haven't picked up the ball yet. Now he moves his right foot. That's a travel. Playoff P. Oh, he smoked a little left hand leg. He's gonna make a three. Oh, come on, pandemic P. Playoff P gets away with a travel. Pandemic P blows a layup. Trying to milk a layup. Why is this whole section still closed off? Come on, Clippers. I wonder if that mask is bugging Booker. Cam Johnson. Skirt. Thought he was going to hit him with a drag. Beautiful look by Paul George. So look at how the Suns are having to guard him, right? Pick and roll all the way out here, right? He gets the angle, right? You got your smallest point guard playing the rim protector. Like, not a great idea, right? Paul George makes up his mind, get to the rim, force the help to come. One of your best three-point shooters just chilling in the corner. Oh, playoff P. So very smart. This is savvy. This is very savvy. This is poise, right? Oh, nobody's around me. This is from experience. This is situational awareness, time awareness, right? 1.1. Batum throws it, right? A lot of times you would just catch this ball and hurl it from here. And you know what? Let me let it drop once. Oh, nobody's going to guard it. I'm going to box out in front of you. I'm going to position myself in front of you. I still didn't pick it up. Right. So now I'm even closer. And then awareness that I have enough time for a one dribble, right? And launch. Even if he didn't make that, I mean, great awareness. Playoff P. Oh, he's having fun. He's having fun. It's amazing when you have fun, you actually start playing really good. Oh, that's a that's a quad. Give me all three of these and one, please. One more. One more. Oh, that's filthy. And then once one shot goes in, everybody's happy. He's celebrating. He's talking smack. Terrance, man, get that mana raise. What is this? Why did they show this pandemic Pete? Lob City. Chris Paul's familiar with this arena. I'm glad they didn't call this. Chris Paul's just milking this here. So, right, solid. All right, Chris Paul jumps in there. Refs are getting a little better. I mean, it's not an easy job to be a ref. Uh-oh. 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 Clippers are choking. Patrick Beverly. I mean, they got dogs. Terrance Mann, Patrick Beverly, Rondo. They're trying to give Booker a hard time. Right? Exposed it a little bit. Beverly's all over it. His one job is to play defense. So looks like he's doing a great job. Reggie. Create contact to create separation. I mean, Paul George has made up his mind to get to the rack so many times. And then these guys have to space and connect. DA is nice, man. He can finish, he can move, he's light on his feet, got a couple of jump hooks, solid defense. Reggie Jackson with the old school Larry Bird move. If you guys don't know the Larry Bird move, I think he does it here. Right? It's like when you get stuck, you pump fake and then you wrap it, you throw it, put two hands on the ball, you throw it. And this defender thinks that you've thrown it, so he looks. Didn't really work, but why did Reggie Jackson put his hand down? He says he's too little. I don't even know how that celebration makes sense in that case. Pat Beverly making threes. Pat Beverly's making threes. Clippers are going to be hard to stop. Pat Beverly scoring like that, little Rondo fake. It's going to be very hard to stop the Clippers. On your head, on your head. How's a jump hook on your head, man? Playoff P with a little bit of home cooking from LA with the win. 92-106. Booker could not have had a good game. Oh my God. Clippers with the clamps. 10 out of 40. That is rough. Rough, rough, rough. Jay Crowder, not bad. Miles Bridges, not bad. DeAndre Ayton, not bad. Pandemic Paul and broken nose Booker. Not cutting it. Okay. Well, I mean, they're 92 from 3-point line. I mean, from the free throw line, 30 something percent. I mean, that's not going to cut it. Great defense by the Clippers. Whatever scheme they're using, I ain't seeing it in the highlights. I am not seeing the schemes in the highlights, but I'm sure Beverly and Terrance Mann are giving these guys major problems. So Bridges, Paul and Booker are going to have to be more efficient. Zubac, great free throw conversion. Reggie Jackson, Paul George, not a great percentage, but look at this, 15 boards. I'm telling you, he's been rebounding all playoff long. 8 assists. Love how he's getting assists. It really looks like he's just getting into the lane a lot. Marcus Morris, not bad. All these other guys, Luke Kennard, big time. If you're a spot shooter, you get paid to shoot and convert when you get that ball. So when you get your chance and you do get, 5 looks, you better convert. You better convert. Reggie Jackson, Terrance, man, these guys need raises. Yeah, 2-1. Suns lead. Broken nose Booker is gonna have to bounce back. Chris Paul, maybe he got lazy from COVID, resting for a week or something like that. Maybe his legs weren't completely there. Who knows? Who knows? The Clippers got them right where they want them. Down 0-2. Now they're coming back. Let's see who wins. I got the Suns still winning this. I don't trust the Clippers without Kawhi Leonard. So let's see. Until next time, guys, take 14 minutes, 24 seconds, or 1% of your day to get better. Peace.